Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic and this is another reaction. It's episode 11 and as always, if you want to see the reaction itself, just go down into my descriptions, follow the links, replace the parentheses dot parts with real dots and enjoy. Once you've done, feel free to come back over here and hear my thoughts about this episode. So, see you soon. To those that came back, welcome back. Now, what a surprising episode. I did not expect that. Not at all. And it explains what happened in this episode because I was really like, how the heck did he do that? How did he kill not only the one investigator, where I thought like maybe his dad wrote something in his laptop, right? But it would have still been dangerous. But how did he kill those two policemen who he didn't know at all? And now we know there is another Kira out there, the second Kira, by the name of Misa, as we know. And she has the eyes, so she already made the trade. So, the Shinigami that gave her this option, and he gave it, interestingly, right, is not the one that we had in the past who said he will check out what's going on Earth. There was a different one that looked more like an native with feathers and stuff like that, yeah? And Misa is someone who is adoring Kira, so like a fangirl, you could say. So that makes sense. There are some people who are trying to do as he does to please him, kind of. So she tries to help him, but she does it a little bit more clumsily. And although it's already pretty good what she did, right? So interesting. It's a bit this brings up the question. I mean, the idea with the tapes was, in my opinion, not so bad. It worked, right? Yeah, she's killing more innocent like others, unlike Kira. But how come that the Shinigami accidentally pick quite clever people? I mean, is there a reason for that? Because although she is possibly not on the cleverness level of Kira and Elle, she's definitely not stupid. I mean, if you give a death note to a Klotz, he will just, I don't know, kill people he sees instantly, like, oh, you're dead, but you don't. I don't know, stuff like that. She's still pretty smart. So is it that more smart people do see the Death Note? Just asking. So that's one thing. We got a little insight on the Misaki investigation, however. So, Mizora, sorry. Naomi Mizora is still missing 4 months now. And they are still investigating it, but they are still kind of connecting it. So it's still going on, we will see. And then there was the beginning of those tapes and the killing of 2 news anchors. And I was like, whoa, that's a pretty negative picture out in the open, right? So it shows Kira more negatively. And he was shown very from the view of many persons in the beginning as positive, as someone who might save us. The videos tried to explain, I want to create a perfect world, and as long as you don't stick out your heads against me, I will not cut them off. Which is intimidation, clearly and plain, right? It is this, I am God, I will do as I please. If you don't bow, I will cut you down. Now we know it was not Kira, it was Misa, but might change the view on him, and the reaction from the police might change that view as well. And I definitely loved the reaction of the police. That was awesome. That was a great moment. So it was made by Elle, sure, but the police went along with it. So they got not intimidated, at least not much, and they all stood very symbolically in front of this TV station and shielded the one that was inside from the view. So by doing so, they made sure he could get out and escape with the tapes. And they sent out a sign to the world, which was already commented in the series as well. A little bit too fast, sorry. So I couldn't comment it. But it was a clear sign that they will not stand down for someone trying to intimidate them. And that is a very important thing, because the police is the arm of justice in a society which has democratic rules of judicative and legislative and executive. So if you are able as someone to intimidate one of those three pillar stones to not act, you do shake the foundation of the democracy there. And by standing up and showing themselves, although hidden, right, in their garment, they showed we are strong enough as a society. This works. We are still here. We will not be intimidated. And they showed it to Kira, in this case Misa, which they don't know or didn't know. But they showed it to everyone in the country as well, because it was on live TV. And that's the thing. By doing so, everyone in the country and worldwide did see they will not be intimidated. They saw the two police officers running in, trying to whatever do, and they were killed without clear, it's like they had no chance. It's like being shot in the back. So that made them look like tragic and fallen heroes, and Kira as the evil one. That was the first thing. And then the intimidation, don't stand against me or I will kill you if you stand against me openly. So there were two heroes with faces, and then all of police appearing and standing up after that. That is a major thing, and I think it will have changed the view on Kira and on this investigation in the public view. And it will make it harder for Kira to be accepted as a positive character now. So in many ways, I think Misa did not give him a good thing. She wanted to appeal to him, to be liked by Kira, but I think she kind of hurt his image there. There was this moment with the dying, I don't remember his name, sorry, from the investigation group, where he was dying in front of the door, and his finger was on top of the bottom of the belt, right? He didn't press. I don't know. It might be he didn't press because he was dead too soon. And I would like to give this option to him as that he's a good character, right? That he decided not to press. Because if he would done it, the others might have come in and they would have died as well. So I like to think that he did not press it on purpose to save his comrades. It would be a nice way of going out as well. Yeah. Additional to the open show of the police officer, there was this news anchor in the end, who said who was kind of calling out Kira, right? He was saying what we've seen there, what the police did, this is right. This is just and justice. This is as it should be. We will not bow down. And I am, and he presents his name. He has his face in the camera and he presents his name. I mean, that's a bold move. In just the last hour, they have seen news anchors being killed because they stood against Kira. So that was not just stood against him, he was openly attacking him. He was openly saying no. That could have gone wrong for him. I mean, by the way that Misa acted before, she might have been angry and killed him as well, instantly. And even Kira can be kind of a hothead, so he might have done it as well. But yeah, it is this show of open face of this is the place where we make our stand that he did there. So this as well is a statement, and the fact that he wasn't killed and possibly will not be killed within the next days, I guess, is a sign as well to society that I don't know. He did the right choice by standing up. We will see. So they decided to air the fourth tape, which was a force no to Misa, stating, no, we will not bow down, and now they will have to show either the director or the or L. L is kind of being pressured by nations into showing himself, which, by the way, is what kind of nations are those? You know, you don't. The old habit. If they're terrorists, you should not really argue with them or interact with them. And if they tell you to either kill your chancellor or your president, what kind of a choice is that? That's just stupid, you know? That's not a real one. Otherwise, he, or in this case, Misa will continue killing, I guess. Which is stupid, because if it would be the real Kira, he killed before. Why should he stop? Just because he gets one of them? That's just stupid. He will continue killing. For Misa, I guess she will continue as well. So there's no real reason to show yourself. Yes, it might be more death there, but for escaping and by accepting it and putting out a face to be killed, they would bow to him again. Right? They said, no, we will not bow, but we will give you someone you can slaughter. That makes no sense, right? So, that was a bit weird. They will invite Light into the investigation now, finally, openly, which makes sense. Because, as we now know, this is the second Kira. Light sure knows it because he didn't stage any of it. Not the tapes, not the kills. So, he's like, oh, interesting. And L just deducted it and was like 70% sure, right? So he is like, okay, I still think it might be Light, the original one. So why not get him into the investigation? He's possibly the best option to have in here, right? So by doing so, we have a way better chance of getting this second Kira. And I agree there. And Kira wants to join in as well because, on the one hand, he can open up, right? He can show that he's a nice one. He's closer to the investigation. He knows who they are and what they do. He can prove he's not Kira. And he may get rid of the second Kira because that one is a problem for him. As he said, what if this one fails and they find out about the Death Note? That would be disastrous. Because then they would be on his track. They would know we have to look for a book, for pages, for, you know, stuff like that. Right now, they do not know anything. So he will possibly want to get rid of Misa, who has, that's true, the benefit of having the Shinigami eyes, but she does not know who is Kira either. So we will see. That's an interesting turn because now it puts Light on the other side. I look forward to that. It will be interesting next episodes. So, that's it from me this time. Until the next time, feel free to comment, like and subscribe. My name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.